Super Mario time. No, this right here, this is peak Mario. There's no way it could get better than this. Mamma mia. What's up everybody, this is Ben, and today we're taking a look at set number 71360, Adventures with Mario Starter Course, featuring 231 pieces, no minifigures, except unless you want to count him and him. With this set, we are introduced to a whole new different kind of LEGO theme, so with that said, you may treat this as both a review and as an introduction to what LEGO Super Mario has to offer. Now, this is the only set that features Mario in it, and the reason for that will be explained throughout the rest of the video. So it's only fair to go ahead and kick off this review with the building experience and what it's like to just take the set out of the box. You know, what do you get with that? What's that like? The box is of a unique nature. It's very different from the usual LEGO box, but that doesn't mean it's hard to open or anything. I mean, I just popped this baby open from the top, let out all the contents, and got the groove on. Now, of course, the most unique part of this set is the Mario figure, which already offers a lot on its own, so let's talk about that for a bit, because it's unlike any LEGO figure that we've seen before. Now, obviously, it's bigger than your average LEGO minifigure. Part of that seems to be a stylistic choice, while the other part of it is because it is an electronic figure as well. And these electronics allow the figure to interact with the set in a brand new way exclusive to the LEGO Super Mario theme. Putting the figure together is actually fairly easy. You are going to need one of those tiny screwdrivers to put in some AAA batteries to get the thing going. It looks really creepy when it's off, so you're going to want to put those batteries in as soon as possible. Once you have the Mario figure together, you'll already have half of the experience laid out in front of you. He reacts to motion, he can sleep if you lay him down, and he has a special scanner camera built right under him to allow for different interactions with the sets. And typically this is based on the color of the plate that he's standing over or the barcode that is featured on some figures and platforms of special interest. You know, I've seen previews of what the Mario figure kinda has going on for it, but I didn't truly understand it until I activated it that first time. Felt like I reached a whole new wave of enlightenment. Like I never truly understood the capabilities of a LEGO Mario figure. I never truly understood the possibilities that that would hold. And then, well, this guy happened. I tell you, man, that first night that I had this thing going, I couldn't stop messing with it. It distracted me for maybe a half hour before I decided, okay, I need to build the rest of the set. But during that time, I was just like throwing it around, dropping him, just like shaking him, doing all these things to make him react. It's a lot of fun. This figure just in of himself is a lot of fun. I'm really glad that they pulled it off like this. Now this part's a bit unusual for a LEGO set. When you open up the booklet, you'll find that there are no instructions for the rest of the set at all. You'll actually find these in the app that goes with the LEGO Super Mario line. Fortunately, the app is made available through most smart devices. I was able to use it on both my iPad and iPhone 11 Pro. With that said, the booklet just shows you a bit of a preview of the other sets that are available. It's about 3 pages long, and that's about it. Nothing else to it. Once you have the app going, it will instruct you to connect the LEGO Mario figure through Bluetooth. Immediately after connecting, it's going to update the figure with all the latest features, which will take a little bit of time, but not to worry, it won't take that long. And before you know it, you'll be shown a digital rendition of the starter course, which, after tapping on it, will show you the instructions for all the different parts of the set, which is organized in a way to allow you to build the set one portion at a time. So with this set, naturally you will be starting by building the Goomba figure. And after building the Goomba, you are then allowed to build pretty much any other portion of the set in whatever order you want. And with each portion of the set that you complete, you are then shown how it interacts with the Mario figure. The build is a bit of a slow process because it does go over it one piece at a time, but I was able to get comfortable with it pretty quickly, and soon enough I had the whole set laid out for me. I gotta say, it was a pretty fun process, and I definitely prefer this over the use of paper. It definitely seems much more efficient to use electronics in this way, and I definitely appreciate the utilization of video clips in the app to show you how everything works as you are building. With the set finally complete, we can begin talking about the other half of this interactive experience. So sure, the figure makes sounds and does all these little quirky things. That's cool and all, but what makes that better than an actual like minifigure, right? That's probably the question that I would imagine gets raised in a lot of people's minds. And to that I would say, well, it does enhance the experience of playing around with the set once it's all built. As I mentioned earlier, there are parts of the set that feature these barcodes, which if you scan with Mario will elicit a different response from the figure. When you wave Mario over the Goomba, he makes a stomp sound and you earn a coin. And it's a similar thing with Bowser Jr., however you are rewarded more coins for stomping on him multiple times. The coins do serve a purpose, which I'll elaborate on in just a moment. Some other play features of the set are the toppling tower, where you can knock down Bowser Jr. and then proceed to stomp on him for coins, a rotating platform, a cloud platform which you would use to lift up Mario and send him flying around and about, and then of course the classic Super Mario flagpole designating the end of the game. And yes, that's right, there is a game here. It is a coin collection game that starts off with Mario in the pipe, and starting from the pipe you are to earn as many coins as possible within 60 seconds. The different functions and features of the set are designed to earn Mario coins in many different ways. You can earn them with the rotating platform, from stomping on the Goomba, from defeating Bowser Jr., and you can earn coins from the question block, which sometimes actually gives you either a mushroom or the superstar power-up. Ultimately, you are to collect as many coins and reach the flagpole before the time runs out.
Oh no!
It's a very simple concept, but I think it works really well, especially since you can add on to the set, and that's what all of the expansion sets are for. It, again, creates this variety in ways that you can play around with it. Like, you can't just take any average figure like this Mario figure here. You can't just take it, no sounds, no nothing, it's just boring. For a kid, they could probably come up with it themselves. They could like make all the wahoos and the yahee, like whatever sounds they want and stuff. But I just feel like there's another level of satisfaction that comes from the figure being able to just like interact with you and all the things that you do with it on its own. I think that creates this whole new level of immersion and imagination. It feels like you're actually playing with Mario the character instead of pretending to be Mario the character. Doing play fighting with figures has never felt this satisfying. I mean, you're actually earning something for doing it. Now that we've learned all the ins and outs of this set, how do we feel about its design? From an aesthetics standpoint, does it look good? Does it capture the look and feel of a Super Mario game? The design of the set is simple, but I feel like it does capture the essence of what the whole theme is about. You do get all these different play features and functions that get you more familiar with how the Mario figure works and how the game works. And I think the only thing that this set is missing is the sandy desert aesthetic that is featured in other sets. You don't get that in here, but you get pretty much everything else with the grassy plains, the water portion, the lava castle aesthetic. It definitely reminds me of an older Mario game world map. Like, I'm getting Super Mario Bros. 3 vibes. Mostly World 1 where it was all grasslands, but at the same time with the inclusion of Bowser Jr., it does remind me a little bit more of New Super Mario Bros. Because he was kind of like a primary antagonist in that game, and you did have to fight him in a castle too. Now let's take a closer look at all the figures that you get with this set. As I mentioned earlier, there are no minifigures. Instead, we have a buildable Goomba, Mario, and buildable Bowser Jr. And I gotta say, these guys look perfect together. LEGO did a great job capturing the very essence of these characters' designs, while also fitting them into this new visual style that is definitely recognizable as LEGO. They have blocky proportions, Bowser and Mario both share these minifigure arms, and the printing on these figures is also really well done. I'm so glad they avoided using stickers for this set. It just would not have worked as well otherwise. And of course, love the new mold for Bowser Jr.'s shell. That looks really good. So now that we've gone over every aspect of this set in full detail, it's about time I gave some final thoughts and share what this means to me as both a LEGO fan and a long-term Super Mario fan. I loved Super Mario as a kid, dude. I grew up with playing Super Mario games, my first one being Super Mario World, and shortly after Super Mario 64. And from there, I just loved the Mario games so much. It resonated with me as a kid because I loved cartoons, so the cartooniness of Mario drew me in, and the exploration of it too. The fact that you would go through world upon world, you know, you're traveling through plain grass fields to icy mountains and chocolate mountains, and then you finally find yourself at Bowser's castle and you beat the big boss and everything. You know, it's always been such a fun experience for me growing up. One thing that has always brought me back into playing a Super Mario game, I think, would probably be the fact that every new Mario game that came out had something completely distinguishable from its predecessor. Even just jumping from Super Mario World, a 2D platformer game, to Super Mario 64 was a huge deal for me. But from there, it just kept going. Then you had Mario Sunshine, where they enhanced that by adding the FLUDD. Eventually, you had Super Mario Galaxy, where they revolutionized 3D platforming with the whole the gravity mechanics and stuff. So with all that said, to me, this not only feels like a new kind of LEGO set, it also feels like a new kind of Super Mario game, where the experience is fresh and different from its predecessors. Just from building this set alone, I can already say that I was super excited to see what all the other sets had to offer in terms of expanding on this experience, because again, this is the only set with Mario. This is the only set with Mario.
This is the only set with Mario. This is the only set with Mario.
And don't you dare forget it. Every other set in this line is intended to be an expansion to this set. It will say on the box whether or not Mario will be included. However, at the time of this recording, this is the only set that is considered a starter course. What I'm hoping for is that sometime in the future, we get a new kind of starter course that kicks off another wave of Mario sets, and maybe instead of Mario being featured in that starter course, maybe we get someone like Luigi, or I don't know, Peach even. We haven't gotten those characters in any of the other sets so far, but you know, as far as what we did get, you'll see in the coming reviews. So what's gonna happen from here is we're gonna go over each and every single expansion pack that has come out for the LEGO Super Mario line. I have every single one of them, and Messo's going to be helping me go through a whole bunch of them as well. And we're going to show you guys how LEGO Mario interacts with all those sets and what you can do with them, how you can combine them with each other and create like a whole giant level. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to show you guys, especially when we get to the episode where we just combine all of the sets together to create this giant level. So of course, stay tuned, and for now, I thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.